The day I mowed through a wedding in my own backyard. You ever have one of those moments where you're standing in the middle of complete chaos, grass flying, people screaming, and you're the only one who feels calm? That was me, pushing my roaring lawnmower under a wedding arch. My wedding arch, technically, since it was on my backyard, while the bride screamed like I'd just set fire to her dress. She was yelling something about ruining her first kiss. Her veil was tangled in a tree. Her mom was clutching a wine glass like it was the last glass of sanity. Me? I was just mowing. And oddly, I felt peaceful. I wasn't the villain. I wasn't the rude neighbor. I was just a guy reclaiming what was his. My yard, my rules. And it all started with a knock on the door 2 days earlier. "Just a few pictures," she said. I live in a quiet suburb of Rose Valley, a town where everyone smiles through their teeth, and the HOA rules are more sacred than the Constitution. The queen of these unspoken laws was Clarissa, though she insisted people call her Mrs. Valentine, despite not being married. Yet, she showed up on my porch in a white sundress and wide-brimmed hat, looking like she was auditioning for a Hallmark movie. Behind that sugary smile was the same woman who once fined me for leaving my trash cans out for an extra 20 minutes. The same woman who tattled on my niece for drawing positive messages in chalk on the sidewalk. Apparently, "Love yourself" was graffiti. "Hi there, Daniel," she chirped. "Hope you're having a blessed day. I was wondering if I could borrow your yard this Saturday. Just a teeny tiny photo shoot for my wedding. Nothing big. We'll be in and out. Pinky, promise." I looked at her like she had asked to borrow my bed on her honeymoon. "Sorry," I replied, as politely as I could. "That's private property. I'd prefer not." Her smile twitched. "Of course, no pressure," she said, already backing away, her eyes scanning the oak tree in my backyard, like she was placing furniture in her mind. I should have known that wouldn't be the end of it. The invasion, Saturday morning. I'm drinking coffee, watching the news, and I see vans pulling into my driveway. Not one, not two, three. Out come folding chairs, camera gear, floral arches, and there she was, Clarissa, in full bridal gear, barking orders like a general in a war zone. I stormed outside. "What the hell do you think you're doing?" She blinked innocently. "Oh, Daniel, I assumed you just meant no big events. This is just a photo shoot. We're neighbors, after all." I pointed at the rows of chairs. "That for pictures, too?" "Staging," she said with a straight face. And then she dropped the line that made my blood boil. "The HOA considers the fence line shared space." It wasn't. I had checked. Twice. But there they were, Clarissa and half the HOA board sipping champagne on my lawn like it was community property. Time for the mower. At noon, the ceremony began. Piano music playing, guests settled. A photographer crouched near my bird bath. Clarissa began walking down a literal red carpet laid across my grass. That's when I rolled out my lawnmower, a big, loud, old beast of a machine. I pulled the cord, and the engine roared to life. People turned, confused, then horrified. Clarissa froze. "What are you doing?" I yelled over the engine. "Just mowing my lawn. You said this wouldn't be disruptive." Someone dropped a glass. Someone else knocked over the punch bowl. The photographer begged me to stop. One groomsman took a step toward me like he wanted to throw hands, but I pointed to the security camera and said, "Touch me or my equipment and this wedding's going viral." Clarissa's mascara was running before they even kissed. I mowed right up to the arch, looped around the champagne table, and waved as I finished edging the lawn. Then I walked inside and made myself a sandwich. The aftermath? I thought that was the end of it. But this wasn't just any entitled bride. This was Clarissa. The next day, Todd, the HOA's VP and Clarissa's loyal lapdog, showed up with a folder. "You're being fined," he said. "Clarissa claims you disrupted a sanctioned community event." I laughed in his face. "Sanctioned?" I said no, and I have footage of her trespassing. That's when I realized they were going to lie. He claimed multiple guests heard me agree. Every one of them on the HOA board, of course. They didn't expect what came next. My nephew had already posted the full security footage on TikTok. "Bride steals my yard, so I mow mid-ceremony." It exploded. Memes, remixes, commentary videos. Clarissa tried to push her version too, the bitter man who ruined her wedding. But the internet wasn't buying it. Lawsuits and lies. She sued me for emotional distress, defamation, sabotage of a lawful celebration. Her legal team called me a lawnmower vigilante. In court, my lawyer said just 4 words. "Let's watch the video." Clip by clip, the judge saw it all. My polite no. Her trespassing, the arch, the lies, even her second trespass when she came back days later to shoot a Poor Me documentary. She lost. Hard. The fall of a Karen Clarissa was removed from the HOA board. Investigations revealed she had used HOA funds for beautification projects on her own yard. Her reputation collapsed. She moved out weeks later. Her little empire of passive-aggressive tyranny gone. And me? I built a beautiful 8-foot privacy fence with motion-activated sprinklers and a plaque that read, "Private property. Unauthorized events will be mowed." It became a tourist attraction. We even held a neighborhood block party called Yard Freedom Day, with mini lawnmower races and lemonade stands. It felt like the first real moment of community we'd ever had. Final closure weeks later, I got a letter. No return address, no name. Just a note. "You didn't ruin my day. I did. Entitlement has a cost. I see that now." No signature, but I knew it was Clarissa. I folded it up and kept it in the toolbox. Not as a trophy, but a reminder that sometimes justice is loud, and sometimes it sounds like a lawnmower engine echoing through a yard someone tried to steal. Your turn. Was I petty? Or did I just stand my ground? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Is it ever okay to tease back when someone crosses the line? Where do we draw the line between defending your space and going too far? Let's talk about it, especially in relationships, neighborhoods, and when authority gets abused. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories like this one. And yes, I still have the trophy.